We'll go first and take out the sentries. Wait here.
What are they waiting for?
Quiet, for fuck's sake.
What are they waiting for?
How should I know?
Why do I bother asking?
Oh, be quiet and watch that light on the battlements. Fuck this waiting, I'm gonna climb.
I'll put on his armor and watch this side, but there are still 2 guards on the portcullis winch. Any volunteers?
Henry will do it.
Buffoon?
Henry, then. Just make sure you keep quiet.
It'll all go a lot easier.
First, we have to find the hostages. Then we can come back and deal with the rest. Easy now. We're almost there. Let's not fuck it up at the 11th hour. Careful here. All doors lead to the courtyard. All it takes is for one man to go for a piss and he'll see us.
Where's Sir Radzig and Lady Stephanie?
Lady Stephanie? She's not here. She must be held somewhere else.
Where? Where is she being held? And where's Sir Radzig?
I suppose the lady might be in her chamber. We don't know anything. They herded us here and told us not to move a muscle.
May the Lord watch over you.
Damn it all. We'll have to go back empty-handed. I really thought we could pull it off.
We're not going anywhere. Not without my father and Lady Stephanie.
And how are we meant to find them? They're not in the stables or anywhere nearby. You want to creep right inside the palace where Tots men are everywhere?
Oh, Sakra! All right. There's nothing more we can do here. We'll have to try something else.
Come on then. Let's get the fuck out of here before they catch us.
Gorva! Fuck my ass! Oh, fuck.
Henry!
We'll have to carry him out of here
Sorry
right
to
now.
trouble you, but could you fucking do something quick? Alarm! Run, for Christ's sake, and don't shake me so much.
Dwarves, get over here!
Run, for Christ's sake, and don't shake me so much. Run, for Christ's sake, and don't shake me so much.
Hey! All of you, gather here! Raise the alarm! Over here! Where is everyone? Quick!
I have to admit, we didn't do too well.
True, the shame of it. They drove us back before we even got anywhere. It's worse than if they'd killed us.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. We had to give it a try. If we succeeded.
If pigs had wings. I know it troubles you, but it's not over yet. We'll rescue the hostages and hang that bastard Istvan.
It seems, Robard, that we're running out of options.
We don't have enough men to scale the walls with ladders. And we can't afford to lose any more. We can only take Talmberg by a ruse or with superior numbers. Ruses have failed, and we don't have superior numbers.
Then we are left with no choice but to build a trebuchet. To demolish my own walls. Where's Master Fafar?
He's waiting. We sent for him as soon
Bring
as...
him to me. Let's not waste time.
Sir Divish.
You will build me a trebuchet, Master Tobias.
Trebuchet, my lord. That's not entirely in my field of expertise.
We have to take back Talmberg.
Yes, indeed, sir, I understand
And
that,
you
but...
are the best engineer we can rely on in the whole fiefdom.
Oh, well, thank you, my lord, but... It's just that I've never built a trebuchet before. This could take some time.
Then you'd better get to it. Bernard will go over the plan of attack with you.
Oh.
Well, Master Tobias, you have much to do and little time. I will not keep you any longer.
Indeed. Of course, sir. Thank you, my lord.
How are the preparations proceeding in the other camps?
As well as can be expected under the circumstances. There are still many things that need doing, but I just don't have the time for them.
No, you don't. Henry,
Yes, sir.
I would like for you to help with the preparations in the encampments.
Gladly, sir.
Robard will brief you. That'll be all.
What needs to be done?
Look, a military encampment's a complicated thing. I don't expect it to be as peaceful and orderly as Holy Mass. But what we have here now is havoc. The men are as nervous and short-tempered as caged bears. When you walk around the camps, you'll see for yourself. Grumbling everywhere, complaints about everything from the gruel to the fleas. They're moaning they've drunk the alehouse dry, and now they have to wait for the next batch of beer. We've got dead who deserve a decent burial, and a lot of wounded, including one of their lordships. The less the troops grumble, the better off we'll all be. But that's not even the main problem.
What do you mean?
Did you hear what Sir Divish was saying to Fafar, our master builder?
I heard some of it.
And what did you make of it?
He said he'd never built a trebuchet catapult. I wouldn't even know where to start, but he might.
But, if it'll take him as long as he said, we can't wait until Judgment Day. We don't have that much time.
I'll try to ask him if I can help in some way.
You should definitely do that. Without a trebuchet, we're much too weak.
How are you faring?
How do you think I'm faring, lad? There's some cutthroat thug lolling about in my bed at the castle.
Well, at least no one's raised.
Not so far. Though we may end up doing it ourselves to smoke the bastard out.
I imagine Sir Divish isn't taking it too well.
And why do you think he handed command over to me? But it pains my heart, too. That place is my home.
Is there anything you can...
The truth is, Talmberg has far too...
Is there some...
There are steps from the gate up to the walkway on the battlements, and I don't know how Istvan's covering them. Then there's the portcullis to get through. A big battering ram might breach it, but how could you get one that close? I reckon we'll have to set fire to it.
Stack up brushwood and light it?
Brushwood, timber, anything that burns, soaked in as much pitch as possible. The local charcoal burn...
And even if it doesn't burn the gate right down, it'll weaken it and make it easy.
Exactly.
Pity they didn't stay holed up in Vranic for longer. It would have been much easier there.
Toth is a wily fox. If he'd had all his men with him there would have been real carnage. It's likely we only won there because...
The Lord be praised.
Sir Robard sent me to you.
Indeed. A trebuchet that can smash the walls of Tamber. I'll never mind.
Well, I'd like to help you, but how? I don't...
Actually, Conrad Keyser came to Sasso recently. If you could get him to come here, it would save...
Conrad Keyser?
He's a scholar who studied medicine, but he even took part in the siege of Nicopolis.
You're still an engineer, though.
Are you serious? Do you know how... If we were lucky, it wouldn't fire at all. Far more likely, it would smash it.
He was with...
It's not so straightforward. They quarrelled after the battle, after Conrad blamed their defeat on Sigismund. Quite. That's what led to Conrad being banished from Prague and make...
Banished?
He was a member of the court and a doctor and a master engineer, so nothing quite that bad. But
What's he doing here in Sac...
they sent him over here to help with building the monastery. No doubt they had to pay handsome.
And how am I supposed to get him here?
Well, only if all else fails.
All right.
Thank you, Henry.
Good day to you.
How are we doing with...
Who wants to know? One of the...
No, I just want...
Oh, I see. The lordling is wondering if we're in urgent need of anything. Well.
Yes, I've heard something.
I'll say. Every other man's moaning on about it. The gamekeepers are doing...
Fine. Do we have any beer?
Christ, I wish we did. Don't I know it. You can't go and catch a beer in the woods, and the lad... Farewell.
God be with you, lad.
How do you feel?
I felt better. I feel awful, truth be told.
Let someone tend to the...
My flesh can be healed.
What is it you need?
I need a priest as well as a physician. The closest was in Rovna, but I don't know what happened to him.
Godwin. But why would you need a priest? The wound will heal.
It's not about me. I've got a lot of wounded here that won't see morning. See you later.
Hey! So you want my money? Just try and take it.
Ah!
Yeah. You're dead. I'm going to... Miss! Gone with...
Ничок.
Осенчигів! Адяту! Елеші!
Mas!
Гей! Охот! Підяр!
Henry räcker från mig. Mi van, csak nem fáj! Igen! Nem vártad mi? Pina!
Yeah.
Good date.
What do you think about...
What do I think? That as long as...
well, this new...
That's terrible news. Especially for us. Poor folk. I hope you'll drive him out of here so fast he'll shit himself. Or hang him from the tallest Hamburg.
People usually shit themselves.
All to the good. A nice bit of manure.
Andrew, there's no more...
I could.
The camp's not that far away. Imagine if the soldiers got so upset by the lack of beer, they went on the hunt for it and ended up here. They could do some real damage. Wouldn't it be better to have them drunk and happy somewhere else?
If they came here for a drink, I'd sell it to them. Why would they do any damage?
What if someone lied to them that you were a Toth supporter and that they'd have to make do with water?
Go ahead and try. And we'll see how it turns out.
But surely you don't want it to come to that.
Maybe I do, lad. Stop wasting my time and fuck off now, eh?
Just as a matter of interest, who do you pay your...
You're saying I should be paying the Talmberg towards Sir Divish? When Sir Havel of Valde...
Well, right now, there are 3 noblemen camped by Talmberg, one of whom might be very interested to learn about all the tax you owe. I imagine he might want to collect it in the form of beer.
The gentry have other things on their...
You're not suggesting...
You wouldn't be the sort to go off there and...
If you don't see an opportunity in this right...
May the Lord watch over you.
Oh!
Have you still got some... Just as a matter of... Well, right now...
When you put it like that, I have got a few kegs I could send over. I won't lose out too much. They'd only spoil if I kept them longer, and I'd have to throw them away.
Just remember, if you poison them, they'll hang you for it.
Those soldiers would drink it up long before it has time to go off. And what's more, what with all that cabbage being eaten, it wouldn't occur to anyone that... I'll have them loaded up right away and taken there. And give their lordships my regards. Tell them I'm sending my best beer as a gift. Why the devil should I...
Do you happen...
And what do you want? Never mind. What do I care?
I've come to...
Again?
Their lordships have laid siege to Talmberg, and the brigands have wounded Sir Divish and...
Sadly, I can't assist you.
And what if I helped you out here? You'd have more free time, and...
Yes, then I'd be willing to...
Very well.
Talk to your hung...
Henry.
Tell me more. Doesn't anyone help? Can I have a look at them myself?
Do you now? And
First, you have to cool it down with water. Marigold ointment helps, and it's better if you don't
you do know what you're talking about. Looks like blacksmith.
Pulling teeth? Nothing to it. As long as you don't squeeze the...
Well, go and see if anyone needs it.
Doesn't the...
They give us some food for them and a place to...
Do you have enough?
Enough to survive, maybe.
Maybe if I brought...
That.
Anything...
Look around.
Well, it is a little
Crowded. I've had to... I tried that. Out loud.
Very well. Why is there a...
He's...
Because of you?
Yes. There was one time I just had a...
And how...
Some of the monks speak. Too bad the custodian...
Is the custode?
All the time. Apparently he has a wife somewhere, but that...
And,
What do you mean, what else? He's in...
I could do something about it.
No. I can deal with him.
What can you tell...
He's supposed to be in charge of all the guard, and that's why he probably thinks he can do whatever he...
All right. Why? How is that possible?
But I have no say in how much. And because the abbot's away, it's still the same amount I...
Can't you do anything?
Unfortunately not. The brothers in the cloister aren't much interested in the and the custodian has enough on his plate with the chaos in the region.
And the local custodian? His
I tried him, but it seems he had some disagreement with you.
I can't believe you're
I know. I'm ashamed.
Even so, conditions here are...
You're not the only one.
Christ!
What are you making?
Fuck! Hurts like... Oh, then for good luck to you. Yeah?
About your... What happened?
I was working.
Well,
Yes, that...
well,
Weeks.
what's the...
I have. I'm poor. Where can...
Is there anything I can do to help?
When I was little, my father got trampled on by a horse.
And do you remember what the herbs were?
I don't. But there's supposed to be the whole cursed knowledge of...
I'll try to...
Thank you.
Take care now. Do you know any...
I'm not an expert.
Well, one of the workers who was... He mentions...
Herbs.
Oh, purple herbs.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but you can have a look in the herbarium here.
How about some...
Certainly.
Reliable?
Some of the brothers, and sometimes that's the only way to get one.
Thanks. Hopefully I...
Thank you. If you find the time.
Farewell.
I am...
Is this where Conrad...
Indeed. The world renowned...
I need to...
Oh, really?
I'm gathering supplies for the wounded at the infirmary, and I'd like...
Oh, well, go ahead then. You're definitely gonna need... Here's the key. Take care now.
Enter. Huh? By the horn of Joshua, you startled me. I thought you were urban. What do you want?
Sir, Tobias Fayfar, the master builder and engineer from Skalitz, sends his greetings.
Fayfar? Tobias Fayfar? I've heard of him.
Sir, have you heard what's been going on in Talmberg?
I've heard a thing or two. Is it true the castle's been taken?
It has, and we want to take it back. Master Fayfar has been given the task of building a trebuchet, but he's not sure he can manage it.
I doubt it myself. Building siege engines is an entire... Damn. I'd like to rain some boulders on those heathens of Sigismund's. But that can't be done with a quill and parchment.
Why can't you leave?
That's a long story. I was a little, more than a little, critical of Sigismund's efforts at Nicopolis. And it might surprise you to know, after that defeat, he didn't particularly appreciate my criticism. Then, when Sigismund abducted the king, I didn't feel too secure in Prague, so I left. Perhaps left is the wrong word. Some might say I was banished. In any case, I went to Bettelern Castle.
They locked you up?
Not quite. It's a royal castle. They leave me to my own devices there. Frankly, this so-called banishment has been a bit of a blessing. I have peace, although I have lost quite a few of my patrons, thanks to all this unrest.
And why are you here in Sasa?
To be honest, I need the money.
Money, sir? You don't seem like a man who lives in want.
Dear me, no. I don't need it to support myself. It's to fund my opus. That's why I agreed to help with the construction of the monastery. So you see, I can't simply take my leave.
What is it you're working?
Belli Fortis. A great book of war machines and weapons. Mark my words. One day...
Of course. Any day now they'll plough our fields and milk our cattle.
What did you say?
Oh, nothing. Just thinking aloud about... Couldn't Carol be persuaded somehow? After all, the defence of the province is at stake.
I realise that, but Sasa Monastery has always kept its neutrality. But I might...
What do you...
Carol received his commission in writing. If you found it, we could, we could copy the abbot's seal and sign...
That's a curious...
My inventiveness has many applications. I could be back here before the abbot, so he won't even...
How do I get...
It will be somewhere in his quarters. You'll need to get it quickly and put it back before he I suggest waiting until evening. That's when Carol usually goes to the tavern to play dice. He's fond of his dice. Maybe you can...
Right. You really can't...
Damn. I'd like to read... Look here, I don't want...
I'm at your service.
I'm helping at the...
Ah, and how is Johanka? Do you know her well?
Yeah.
Good, good.
Sometimes. A little.
That's good. Excellent.
I'm mainly here for supplies and to talk about the state of the wounded from Skalitz.
Well, that's not my problem.
His hands are tied. Until the abbot comes back, he can't get anything.
And why should that interest me?
Because I'll pay you.
For supplies?
Oh, come off it. You get your supplies from the monastery for free. No one will bat an eyelid if you ask for more. Blankets can get chewed up by mice. Food can go off.
Yes. These things happen, certainly. And as long as... May the Lord watch over you.
come right up. It's a feast for your eyes and your stomach. It's hard to resist. You'll not find better meat anywhere.
God.
Good day to you. Good luck then.
Greeting. God be with you. Rare merchandise from all over the world. The relics of saints from Italy.
Hit before it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I need some help.
Then go and talk.
The thing is, he's already...
I can't consent to that. He signed a...
But the
From what I hear, it's... Anyway,
Supposing...
What use would coin be?
Thank you.
You're well...
May God... I hear you like to...
Always.
Take a watch over you.
May the best man win.
Pour me an ale.
One ale, please.
Ah, come on. It's time I had a throw.
Jesus, what do I have to do to get a drink here?
Now you.
There. Satisfied?
How much longer must I wait?
Jesus, what do I have to do to get a drink here?
How much longer must I wait?
Damn.
That's it. Pour me an ale. This will be the one. Whew. Finished.
Christ, I'll have to get my own ale.
Holy Mother of God, why do you punish me?
Are you sure you won't release Conrad? He won't be gone long.
Not a chance.
Well, anyway, I've heard it said there's not enough money to finish the construction. So, I thought as a lover of architecture, I might contribute.
How the hell do you know that?
That's neither here nor there. The important thing is to let me help you.
How much will you give, damn you?
Here you are, in good health.
Very well, then.
Here you are.
It's been a pleasure doing business with you.
There are...
What? Who is... Carol said you can leave and...
Leave? I can't even set foot outside the door. Not now.
Please, calm down and tell me what's going on.
They're after me.
Who? Who's after you?
Sigismund's people, of course.
Why would they be after you?
Because he's never forgiven my criticisms of Nicopolis. Now he's decided to pay me back. What am I to do?
What makes you think someone's after you?
When I was on my way to Sassau, I saw Baron Pekar in Kosterlitz. He was with Sigismund on the crusade, as was I. Now I've been told he was seen at the local tavern. And a stranger's been creeping around the gardens here late at night. My God, there are signs someone was trying to force the door. They're after me, Henry. The Lord preserve me. They want to kill me.
Take it easy. If someone's after you, I'll see to him. I'll have a sniff around the town or lie in wait.
I don't know. What if...
He won't, I promise. I'll hide in the garden, and if anyone starts creeping around after dark...
You will, won't you? Good, good. And be sure...
Do you know anything about...
That nobleman that showed up recently? They say he stayed... I hope I...
Would there be a master pay card?
But of course.
Why's he come here?
Why so
My master's thinking about a trade he proposed. So I'm asking around to see if he can be trusted.
He's a decent man. He pays his debts and he's certainly no cheapskate. They say he trades in cloth.
What does he look like?
Oh, he's easy to spot. If I had clothes like his, I'd sell them and live happier on the takings.
What kind of man is he?
People like him well enough. And as for me, well, half my profits are...
Thank you.
Good day to you. What do you need?
Would you be Master Paykar?
I would. With whom do I have the pleasure?
Henry, of Skalitz.
And what do you want from me, Henry of Skalitz?
To ask why you've come to Sassau.
An interrogation, then, I see. On business, of course.
And who is it you're doing business with?
Why don't you ask about my mistresses instead? My trade partners are my own private concern.
Stay away from Master Kieser.
Kieser? Conrad Kieser? Why should I want anything to do with him?
So he doesn't need to worry about you?
Worry? Good Lord, no. Why, we were friends.
Right, that'll be everything.
As the master instructs.
Halt! What are you doing?
Quiet, for God's sake.
Silence! For God...
Assassination?
You told me to my face you were here purely for business, and then I catch you sneaking up to his door.
Kieser? He's living here?
Well, yes. Right here.
It's all a terrible mistake. I've a long-standing arrangement with the custodian here, Sir Sebastian von Berg. And I've come to realise how he's been cheating me repeatedly. The dispute's been running, so I wanted my money back, that's all. I've no...
I don't believe a word you say.
Well, sorry, but I'm telling the truth. But if it will help you sleep better, I'll stop creeping around here at night and find some other way to deal. Well, I never. The pig turns up willingly for the slaughter.
Well, did you find anyone?
I did.
And?
He's dead. He was an assassin, all right.
Lord have mercy. Was it Pekar?
It was. He made excuses about a conflict with Sir Sebastian, but it was clear what he meant to do.
So they are after me. I knew it. Sweet Jesus, there'll be more. I need to hide away somewhere.
Come to Talmberg. You'll be surrounded by a whole garrison there.
Yes. Yes, I suppose that does make sense. Thank you, Henry. I'm in your debt. We'll meet at Talmberg.
I've got something.
Really?
Drink this, and you'll...
Ah, good luck to you.
love of...
I brought some meat.
Thank you, Henry.
How are the sick and wounded faring? I don't think there's anything more I can do for them.
Anything more? All that's left now are Go! Bye.
I'll come to...
Again?
Their lordship...
These are tragic...
Thank you, Father. May God...
Good day to you.
There's something I need from you, Father.
Is there, my son?
There are a lot of dead and wounded at Talmberg, and no one to make the sign of the cross on their foreheads.
I'd like to help, but sadly I simply can't. My own parishioners are watching me closely, and if I make...
But Sir Divish himself...
If he wants me, let him come and speak to me himself. But I'm not going anywhere. It's your fault I have to live with a sword dangling over my head, Hal. And don't think I've forgotten it.
I never forced you to do anything. And just because I didn't help you out, you're denying God's forgiveness to innocent strangers.
How dare you? Do you think I'd stoop to such pettiness? My reasons are honorable.
But...
No buts. There's most certainly another of God's servants to be found hereabouts. And now go with God, my son, or go to the...
Yeah!
A well-chosen site. You want to strike the gate, do you?
True. We don't want to do more damage than necessary.
I quite understand. Sir Toth is holed up there, is he?
Just so, Master Conrad. I hear you have some accounts to settle with him.
Ah, not entirely. I've done with him. Sigismund trusted him more than me in his campaign against the Ottomans, and we all know how that ended up.
How did it end up?
Badly, my lord. The flower of French knighthood was slain there. Sigismund fled for his life, and I did too, I must confess.
Be assured we shall not make the same mistake here. We do not intend to starve them into submission, but to break down the gate.
I am at your service, my lords. We will build the trebuchet quickly. It will be ready in a matter of days. And I can supply, for example, Roquetta to sweep the foe from the battlements.
Roquetta? I do not believe I've heard of such a term.
Roquetta are missiles filled with black powder with a touch hole at the bottom to ignite it. They shoot forward, something like a hand cannon, but without rocks. The rocket is the missile.
I see. But we don't have black powder in these parts. Nor cannon.
Indeed. It should have occurred to me. But I am very fond of Roquetta, and I always think what Alexander the Great might have accomplished with them. I understand. We find ourselves in a conventional situation that demands a conventional solution.
I'm still hoping that Toth will see sense and parley with us.
He may well do so, especially when we set up the trebuchet on his doorstep.
I'm at your service.
I've arranged some beer for you.
You're a proper treasure, you are.
I brought you some...
Stack.
That's the lot.
Great. If we're really going to have to storm the walls.
Good day.
How are the men holding?
They're a rabble. The out-of-towners are desperate to go home. And the locals, they've got no...
Are they causing trouble?
No trouble as such. It's true, I've caught a few of them asleep on their watch. There's nothing a couple of lashes of the whip can't...
Well, there might be a simpler.
Whipping a man, simple enough. Just give one of them a beating, the others will remember.
But then you'd have an injured soldier. It occurred to me a herbal potion might do the trick.
I never heard of any wives' quackery helping troop morale. But Christ knows they could do with...
How goes it?
How goes it? We're sitting here under the castle, and all day long there's folks hewing stones. My ears are ringing as if I'd been struck on the...
I felt that way too since the night of the attack.
That went horribly wrong. And even so, we were lucky. Could have gone...
I need some...
I do know...
but I need enough.
I can't help you with that.
That'll be very helpful.
God be with you, lad.
I came to an agreement.
He's already here. You wouldn't believe how clever that fellow is. That I guarantee you.
Glad I could be of service.
I'm truly grateful to you. And the men will be fine work. I probably shouldn't, but go and have a look in my...
Thank you.
Jesus Christ be praised.
What do you think of Master?
He definitely knows what he's doing. And all that wild talk of his.
Do you think there's any truth in it?
I've never seen such weapons used, so I can't really judge. But if his ideas worked, they'd change the way we... Farewell.
Is there anything else?
Well, we need some pitch. I know you had dealings with the charcoal.
I've met a few, true enough.
Then have a look around the area. If you manage to find any pitch, bring it to our quartermaster.
Good God, you look terrible. Did someone attack you?
I'm looking for some pitch.
Already? What happened to the last lot?
I don't know, and it doesn't matter. Do you have any, or don't you?
I do. I had a buyer lined up, but it's been a while since...
Talmberg's been taken by a horde of brigands, so we're laying siege...
Christ's blood. I hadn't heard the news. All right, it's all yours. You gave us a hand with that ginger when we needed it, and if it's for the division, if you want to haul it away yourself, feel free. All right.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
I can see what trials and tribulations await you. What joy and happiness is ahead, for I am a soothsayer, and for half a groschen I will tell you all.
Why not?
Young master,
Well, thank you kindly.
onions, mushrooms,
I see
asparagus.
a maid
Right
in a
up.
red dress,
No need to be
the
shy.
flash of fair hair, and bold features. I see twinkling eyes, and hear tinkling laughter. It is Teresa.
Thank you. Here's your...
I thank you, Goodman.
God be with you.
I hope I can...
The charcoal burner.
That's handy.
Well, you can stop...
Good.
There's something I need from you, Father Godwin.
Is there, my son? How can I help?
There are a lot of dead and wounded at Talmberg, and no one to make the sign of the cross on their foreheads.
I'd like to help, but sadly I simply can't. My own parishioners are watching me closely, and if I make just one false move, they'll have the bishop down on my back.
But Sir Divish himself...
If he wants me, let him come and speak to me himself. But I'm not going anywhere. It's your fault I have to live with a sword dangling over my head, Hal. And don't think I've forgotten it.
I never forced you to do anything. And just because I didn't help you out, you're denying God's forgiveness to innocent strangers.
How dare you? Do you think I'd stoop to such pettiness? My reasons are honorable.
All right, I understand. So why don't you turn it round on them? Why don't you say you'll go to Talmberg because it's the right thing to do and your Christian duty, even though you might be shot in the process, like that saint?
Sebastian. That might help, I suppose. But tell me the truth. Is the air really thick with arrows?
It is a siege, but all the camps are well out of range, so you don't have to worry about that.
Well, see how the martyrdom angle works, and then I'll go. At least getting out of here for a while will give me a break from all those judgmental looks. To forgive is human, damn it! Or is it to err that's human? I can never remember. Take care now.
This might help, and there's plenty of it.
There certainly is. I'll have to get all those poured into a keg. But if it works, I'm in your debt.
I just want to make sure we get rid of those bastards holed up in the castle.
No more than I do, lad.
And to see Istvan hang from the highest tower.
I'll drink to that. Well, I would if I wasn't on duty.
What is your impression of Master...
Sir Hanush thinks he's insane. He's crazed as one of those dung-smeared fools reciting the New Testament backwards in the street.
But what do you think?
Sometimes I think a little craziness is no bad thing.
It all sounds like the Babylon...
Maybe.
How do you like it here?
It's quite satisfactory. Indeed, it's more than satisfactory. I have to commend Master Fayfar for his diligent supervision of the construction work.
I don't think he's yearning to become one. His life's mission has been to manage the mines.
We'll see if he feels the same after he has a crack at firing our trebuchet.
Greetings.
How much longer do you...
I wouldn't like to hazard a guess. As I understand it, the base is quick to make, but the other parts are more complicated.
I see.
So do I.
Master Fafar.
Much better now that I have Master Keezer to help me. Although, to be quite honest, it's more a case of...
Next time round, you'll be the siege master.
I rather hope they will.
How's work going?
Excellent. His knowledge of machinery and mechanics is absolutely...
So you're confident the trebuchet...
Absolutely. It's plain to see...
Now, let's see how strong those walls are.
Let it rip!
That was just the first shot. The trebuchet has to be calibrated. That's perfectly normal. I'll have the range in no time.
Move. Move. God damn it, I have to get to Sir Divish. Sir, they're coming. There's no time.
Someone bring water. Breathe, man. You'll be all right. Who's coming?
There's an army on the way. And they're carrying the colors of Havel Medic of Valdek. And they're very close. Havel Medic? He's surely not coming to help us.
Not that bastard. I have a score to settle with him. Gentlemen, Toth's reinforcements are about to descend on us.
That swine. How many men?
We don't know exactly, but there are many, and they will probably be here by dawn.
So soon? How is it that we knew nothing about this before?
The whole land is in chaos. It's a wonder we can find out anything at all.
If they attack from the rear...
We'd be finished, just as Toth has been planning.
The sneaky weasel.
He's been one step ahead of us the whole time.
Not this time, though.
What are you thinking?
Robard, how do you think the weather will be tomorrow?
Well, sir, if my joints don't deceive me, and they rarely do, it'll rain. It'll rain buckets.
Here. We'll make a stand here, I and Radzig's men. You will wait until they charge us, and then strike them from the rear. Here and here. If we succeed, we'll have it over and done with before they notice anything in Townburg.
It might just work. But we'll have to leave someone in the encampments in case they do come out of Talberg.
A few men will be all I need.
Well, that depends on whether you can hold out. We don't even know how many there are.
We will hold out.
I'll give the orders to my men.
We will be ready.